Hello, everybody. Jan of Jan Hicks Creates back here, and I am here for interview number 6 of my Celebrating You series. And for today's interview, we are here with Traci Roberts. Hi, Traci.
Hey,
How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Traci, tell us a little bit about who you are, where you live, what you do, whatever you'd like to share with people.
I live in North Texas. We are like 15 miles from the Oklahoma border, very North Texas.
Okay.
I work at a local university, Midwestern State University. I'm an office manager for the Bachelor of Applied Arts and Science program. Um, I when not in quarantine, uh, I do a lot of live theater, and I'm very active in my church, just, having fun.
Family, you have a son there?
I have a son and a daughter that live here in town with me, and I have my oldest son is in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I
Okay.
have 6 grandchildren,
Oh, wow.
and ages 16 years to see Theodore will be a year old on the 9th of May.
Wow. Oh, how exciting.
So,
Yeah. Do
yeah,
you
three
get
of
to
them live
look at it
here,
all?
and 3 of them are in Michigan.
Okay. Do you get to Zoom with them to stay in touch with this?
We FaceTimed a couple of times. Yeah, we're figuring the whole FaceTime thing out. So.
Yeah, technology. Thank heavens we have it, right?
Right, and I love it, because we're not big phone talkers,
Hmm.
but it's great to do the FaceTime and be able to see them
Yeah.
and so
So, stitching. Now, if I remember correctly, you knit as well, right?
I knit and I dabble with crochet.
Okay. So, all kinds of different things to keep your
Yeah.
mind occupied at this point. When
Oh,
did you learn to
definitely.
stitch?
I'm sorry.
When did you learn to stitch?
When I learned actually, when I was pregnant with my oldest son, at the end of my pregnancy, I was put on bed rest for a couple of weeks, and my ex mother-in-law, late mother-in-law, taught me how to cross stitch because she was an avid stitcher, and so I learned from her. And the very first thing I ever cross stitched was this little rose that went on a little stick pin. It was
Oh, how
about
cool.
that big.
Wow. Wow.
And since then, it's, the world is your oyster once you learn.
Yeah.
And she and I, uh, we we love to go to cross stitch shops and things like that. And it was just a fun thing that I did with her.
Sweet.
Some very, very fond memories with
Oh,
her,
that's
sitting and on the couch and watching a movie and talking about our cross stitch and
amazing.
and sharing and stuff. And
That's
I have a lot of patterns and charts that she gave me over the years that are
wow.
still in my files.
Nice, nice.
So
So, did you stitch pretty consistently the whole way through, or did you have a point where you weren't stitching as much, like when the kids were growing up or anything?
yeah, there was about a 10-year period where it just kind of everything kind of went in a box.
Yeah.
And I guess it was about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I had just moved, and in unpacking everything, it was like, I need to pull this out again.
I really
And
enjoy
yeah, then
that.
I was
Yeah.
head first down that rabbit hole. Yeah.
It's funny how many people have that break, and then it's like we all started to come back to it all about the same time.
Yeah.
Like you can
Yeah.
really see it growing again. I find that
Exactly.
fascinating. So, do you have a favorite
Exactly.
type of thing that you stitch?
Um, I really love, and Lucy's going to join us. Hold on just a second. There we
Coming
go.
through as they
Dinner
do.
time is at 5, and so we have the hour stalking period for dinner.
Okay.
So anyway, I, I I think I really enjoy doing detailed things. I'm not a big sampler. I love to look at samplers. I love the historical background of samplers, but I just honestly don't think I could stitch one.
Yeah.
It's weird. And I there's a lot of things that I find very pretty and attractive, but it's not something I want to
A
stitch.
stitch. Yep.
So I the latest thing I've been stitching a lot are the letter fairies by Nora Corbett.
Oh,
I'm doing all of those for my grandkids for Christmas.
cool. Yeah.
So I like things like that. Teresa Winsler, I love her stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. So yeah, the very detailed kind of bigger projects too. Yeah. I can relate. I can relate.
Yeah. And actually in June, I will be starting Henry from Heaven and Earth Designs. So yeah, I thank Ginger Gerald for that one.
Yeah, that was quite a piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you found your stitching to be kind of a safe haven, a place to center during these crazy times?
Oh yeah, it's like I can just really zone out and just do it, and I'm really surprising myself how fast I'm working these days. Now, granted, I'm working from home, and there's only so much I can do from home. And it's really funny that, because now I'm like stitching like 4 or 5 hours a day, when normally it's just like 20 minutes here, 30 minutes here, and I'm like, wow, I'm getting stuff done,
And then there's going to be a point in time where you're going to have to go back to work, and it's going to be
yes.
like, but
and I'm like, okay, now I'm dibbling again.
Yeah, it feels good. While it can, it feels good.
Yes, so I'm really taking advantage of it.
Yeah, and you might have to build up your stash more, right?
Funny things like that happen. I don't know why.
It's a mystery. What do you have to show us today, Tracy? What are you working on?
Oh my gosh. Well, what I've been working on this week, pardon me while I turn around and show you the back of my head, is, like I said, I've been doing the Nora Corbett fairies. And so this is the R fairy.
Oh, how pretty.
How far I've gotten so far.
That's gorgeous.
And so I just have the one little leg to do and the beading, and I'm really not looking forward to the beading. But
show it again. Tell us what you are using in that. Are you using the called for, or?
I actually, because these are her patterns call for crescent colors.
Okay.
Is it crescent?
Classic Colorworks.
Classic. No, I think it's crescent because they don't make them anymore.
Oh, because crescent became classic.
Okay, then that's it.
Yeah.
And so what I've done is I've done a DMC conversion.
Oh, okay. It's pretty. And what is the fabric?
Okay.
That was a look. There's a story here.
This fabric. This is Loops and Threads from Michaels.
Okay.
And it's very gauzy.
Oh, interesting.
And it's like if you pull on the thread just a little too tight, it almost breaks the fabric, and it's like you don't get an X, you get like an L shape. And
it's a pain.
I mean, I love Michaels, but I will never buy this again.
Yeah.
And it's nice fabric because it's very, very flexible.
Yeah.
You don't have to work it like Ada where it's real stiff. And I like that it's very flexible because I don't stitch in frame, I stitch in hand.
Right.
But it's just a very finicky fabric.
Well,
so I mean, it's okay.
Yeah. It's okay. It'll be pretty when it's done.
It will be. And then I've got an E fairy because I have two granddaughters, one named Emily and one named Evie.
Okay.
And so this is the E fairy for Emily.
Oh, how pretty. Now, is this the same fabric?
Yes, because I said, oh, I'm going to make 5 of these. I'll buy 5 rolls of this stuff.
Oh, goodness. So I was going to say, for the beading, have you watched my beading video?
No, I haven't. Okay, so I will need to do that.
It's in the Basics of Cross Stitch series.
Yes, I will need to do that.
Beading
one of my favorites that I've been doing is my little Let It Snow Snowman. I just love him. And this is a Stony Creek pattern from the booklet is dated 2005, I believe. And I just love him.
How pretty. Their shading is always just
Yes, it
gorgeous.
is. And this is just on Ada, you know, trying to use out of the stash kind of thing. I am going to do Henry
here handy to show us what the whole picture looks like.
I don't. It's somewhere.
Okay.
It's probably packed up. But Henry, I'm going to do on probably a 28 count linen.
Okay, over one? Over two?
Probably, yeah. He needs something a little special.
Yeah.
And then this little guy I have worked on forever. This is the only one that I actually have in a Q snap. And this is my Christmas pillow.
Oh, that's pretty.
And this is out of a Just Cross Stitch magazine. I want to say 1996 or something like that.
Wow.
And it'll be a pillow. And this is on, hold on a second, because I dropped the little band.
Okay.
And it is a 28 count Monaco.
Okay. Nice.
So, and I really like that. I like the color and all of that.
Nice.
Then I have for my granddaughter Syra. This is her S Fairy. We haven't gotten very far on her.
Pretty.
But that's the S Fairy. Same fabric.
They don't use like similar colors then.
They're very close. I know that I printed out the conversion sheet between the Crescent colors and DMC. Yeah. And some of the colors, it's like you could use this number or this number, you know. So there were like 2 or 3 numbers listed. So I just picked the one I liked best out of them. Yeah. So, oh, and then my daughter. When she was a freshman in high school, she got a chance to go and live for a semester with her aunt and uncle that live in Berlin, Germany.
Oh, cool.
And so they got to tour Neuschwanstein. And so I'm doing Neuschwanstein for her.
Nice. Very cool.
And this is a booklet. There's 4 castles in this booklet, and it's one that my mother-in-law had hanging on her living room, and so now I'm gonna do one for my daughter.
That is so
she'll
cool.
have that.
Yeah. So, very, very cool.
But other than that, my Teresa Wentzler piece. This is called Stretch. And he's a long dragon.
Oh, look at the colors in that. Isn't that pretty? Wow.
And they're all quarter stitches. Because Teresa Wentzler.
Because Teresa Wentzler, yes, yes. So do you have a rotation of these or just whatever is called?
I do. I use the little Tiny Decisions app on my phone.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to finish up the letter R. I was hoping to get it done before Stitch Mania started.
Oh, right.
But that didn't happen. So I'm still working on it because I think I can just finish it up and set it aside, and the beading can come later. Yeah. You know. Yeah. But my Mania stuff. Yeah. I do ornaments for my grandkids every year. Okay, I keep all of my stuff in a binder.
Oh, nice. Aren't you organized?
Wow. My daughter says that my autobiography title is going to be called My Life in Binders.
That's good.
I have to have binders in my life. So what I do is I have, like, there's the Neuschwanstein pattern, and so I just keep them all in here. I always make a copy of my pattern, the original, so I have a working copy that I can highlight, and then it gets shredded when I'm done. But I'm not messing up the original. So so my Stitch Mania is, I decided to do the ornaments for the grandkids. And so for the older ones, they're getting these ornaments.
Nice.
These cute little angel ornaments.
So each one will get a different angel then.
Yes.
Those are
and
pretty.
This is out of, well, it's out of a magazine, but it doesn't say. Probably a Just Cross Stitch.
I was going to say, it
magazine.
looks kind of like Just Cross Stitch, yeah.
Yeah, probably a Just Cross Stitch. And then I have two boys,
okay.
and I figured they didn't want an angel. So
they are getting fairies?
I'm sorry?
Are they getting an alphabet fairy though?
No, just the girls are getting an alphabet fairy.
Getting okay.
Yeah, but the boys' ornaments are this polar bear.
Oh, that's cute.
And that's the back side of it.
Oh, neat.
So it's stuffed.
Very cool.
And it's it's done square.
Right.
And then you fold it over almost like a biscornu.
Yeah. Very cool.
So Tresden and Theodore will get a polar bear.
Polar bear. So cute. That's a lot of stitching in all of those, though. Those angels might be small, but
yeah, there's a lot of detail, especially in that polar bear. There is a lot of detail in that polar bear.
Yeah.
So, cool. But that's what I'm up to. And then, like I said, on June, I think it's 29th or 26th, because that's Henry VIII's birthday. Oh, that's when I will start Henry.
There you go. Perfect.
It'll be Henry's birthday start.
He'd be pleased, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
That's awesome.
So, but I think I have enough to keep me busy and out of trouble.
Yeah. I think we all do, and if not, there's always online shops and shops
absolutely
selling stuff and sending stuff.
Yeah.
What is the shop that you shop at? Do you have a local shop?
We do not have a local shop yet. Yes. And I say that because I am working on a business plan to open a yarn shop, and it's going to have a cross stitch area, definitely.
Nice.
What I've been doing though is I have been ordering from, we're about 2 hours from the Metroplex, the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Okay.
And so I have been ordering yarn and stuff from the local shops down there, just so that they keep some business going. You know, I know that economically, Hobby Lobby and Michael's, they're going to feel a bite, but they're going to be fine. You know, but it's the little shops that are suffering.
Yeah.
And so, matter of fact, this morning I ordered more sock yarn because I need more sock yarn in my life.
Apparently.
A hole in my head.
But that's beside the point.
But there's a little shop in McKinney, Texas, which is just north of Dallas. And, so I ordered some sock yarn from her. Just because I would rather support the local businesses.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how the Stitch Niche in Dallas does, because they don't have any sort of online presence. And I don't know, my friend Maria works there. And the last I had heard, they weren't really doing any call-in ordering. They were getting to the store. I don't know exactly. So I don't know. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, I would much rather, nothing against Hobby Lobby or Michael's selections or anything like that, but I would much rather support mom and pop stores.
Yeah,
especially now.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that are suffering. So, so I'll probably make my daughter some socks. I'm kind of addicted to making socks right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And what's really funny is I thought I am never going to knit socks. Never going to knit socks. And then I thought, you know what? I need to knit socks just so at least I can say I've done it. Yeah, now that's all I want to do.
See, I think I've made one pair of socks, and socks I don't wear them if I don't have to.
Right.
So I just have no interest in them.
Well, I don't have a pair for me. You know? And you know, the first pair I bought was for my son that had come in before we started recording. He's a cyclist, and every August we have a big bike race here called Hotter Than Hell 100, and so they have everything from a little 10K thing all the way up to a 100 miles.
Wow.
And so for the last 5 years, he's ridden the 100 miles. And so he wanted me to knit him some wool socks so that they would keep his feet dry while he was cycling.
Right.
And last year, he rode the 100 8 months after he was hit by a motorcycle and spent 2.5 months in the hospital learning how to walk again.
Tracy. Wow.
Yeah. He was on his bike. He was coming home from work, and a drunk motorcyclist hit him. And his bike was broken into like 3 pieces.
Oh my goodness.
It was awful.
Scary,
and
scary.
8 months later, he was back on a bike.
Back on that bike. Wow, good for
you.
He
rode the 100 miles.
I have goosebumps.
So,
wow.
Yeah. And right now, he and his girlfriend are in the process of moving into a house because he's been staying with me. He had to quit work and everything while he was recuperating. So I moved him in with me. So I jokingly call him the squatter in my knitting room.
Time to get him out of there.
So it's like, you're moving this week, right? When are you guys moving?
Not that I'm anxious for you to go or anything. Glad you're
doing it. But you do anything you need to do for your kids, and I wouldn't change it. You know, I'd much rather have him squatting in my knitting room.
Well, yeah, thank heavens you were there close that you could.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, Tracy.
But he literally had to relearn how to walk, so I'm very, very proud of him.
And then he's biking again.
And now he's biking, yeah, because he's just crazy that way. So.
This has been lovely, Tracy. Thank you for joining me.
Yes.
Like I said, you are number 6, so you will be up next Saturday, next Friday.
Okay.
We're starting on Monday and just one a day. So
awesome. How fun.
All right.